Welcome to Board Games and Chill. My name's Gabriella.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Jerome.
And welcome back. Hopefully you've caught our top 30 through 21 video. And if you haven't yet, we've left the link down for you in the description bar, so make sure to check that out. And in this video, we're going to be doing numbers 20 through 11.
Ooh,
so I'm going to go ahead and start with my number 20. And my number 20 is Imperial Assault. Surprise, surprise,
Whoa.
I even got my Death Star shirt on. We are big Star Wars junkies in this house. Hello. Recently we got to go to Galaxy's Edge in Orlando over the holidays. So that was a lot of fun. So we picked up our little souvenir cups. And Imperial Assault is a great campaign game that I can say we definitely love. We're planning to get it back to the table this year. We've been doing a couple campaign games, and that one is on our list, and we are definitely going to play that this year.
Yeah, fun fact, we played that game 16 times.
Yeah.
I've only completed one campaign.
Yeah, that was back home, right, in Florida?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that we're getting this to the table because as a Star Wars fan, I've been wanting to play this one for a long time, and I'm glad we're getting it painted and ready to go.
Yeah, and this will be different also because we're going to play a cooperative instead of one versus all.
I was the one versus the all.
We destroyed you.
Yeah. Well, that was because they were leveling up and I didn't know I could level up my deck. So they're over here playing like to the level that they should be at, and I'm over here on like the basic level. So
we destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 20 is Bloodborne, the card game. I don't think there's really a huge shock there. I love the theme. It's basically a 3 to 5 player game. I worked the expo, or I worked Gen Con 2016 when that game came out. I was so stoked to get it. Got it signed by Eric Lang, huge fan, and I played that game 32 times. And most of that times was without the expansion, and I had all the cards memorized. So everyone would get, this certain weapon and this certain weapon, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna play this. If you're smart, you probably play this one.
It was very annoying.
Yeah, she was like, shut up.
Right? Like, why do you gotta tell everybody what my moves are gonna be?
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. And then expansion, there's very few games where I recommend buying the expansion right away. I would buy the expansion right away because it just adds more, and it adds asymmetrical powers and stuff, so it's really neat.
And more cards, so those players that memorize everything doesn't.
My memorization stopped after that. So
I enjoy this game too. You taught it to me at your old place, and then at CMON Expo 2019, I actually played it a couple times and won a tournament there.
Yeah.
Won a nice little play mat, and it was pretty cool to learn a game a couple days before playing it and win a tournament.
Yeah, and
that was awesome.
I was running that game. Oh yeah, I was teaching.
Yeah.
She was teaching Blood Rage. I was doing Bloodborne.
We're the Blood Gods.
We're the Blood Beyond Hells, I guess.
Yeah.
The bloody.
There's also the first mini of it painted too.
Oh, nice.
That came out of that game.
Yeah. All right, you're 20.
My number 20 is Machina Arcana.
Ooh.
Second edition. 2017.
Solid game.
This is designed by Adrema Games. And it was designed by Georgia Bilic.
I think this is our only game.
It is a dungeon crawl based on a steampunk Cthulhu mythos kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a campaign co-op game. I love campaign and co-op games.
Yeah.
And we sat with his niece and played it for a good
6 hours.
6-7 hours.
Yeah.
And we went through that entire first chapter, and it was just so fun and so epic and so thematic. You got this player board that keeps up with your stamina and your life, and it has this steampunk look to it, and it just the game is beautiful. It's fun to play. It's thematic. What else can I say?
I mean, it's also because it's almost like a skirmish game in a way.
Oh yeah,
the way you're fighting.
Yeah.
You have to be very strategic about every move you do because what the enemy's going to do. So it's because like the first mission, and spoilers, it has some grates on the board, and if you're stepping on it and someone triggers a trap, you could get burnt. But you can also burn the villains,
the monsters or minions or whatever. So you can actually kind of lure them to you and get them onto the grate. And it's just, there's a lot of strategy. There's traps that you can hit and avoid and use, and there's just all kinds of stuff in this.
There's a lot to digest in that game. And what's cool is the third edition. So I backed the 3rd edition Kickstarter. I was itching to play it, so I bought someone's 2nd edition. Seems like I buy a lot of games twice, so this is not great. So we played the 2nd edition, but we used the 3rd edition rules, and they have like this guide, for the first couple rounds to get you how to play, and it was so helpful. It got the game going much faster than if we would have sat down and read the rule book. So.
Is that the one Elizabeth played just with?
Yeah, for 6 hours.
That's
she's
crazy.
10 years old, and she was like, "This is awesome, die monster!"
Yeah, our niece. She's something else.
She's like, "Daddy, I killed a bunch of monsters and Cthulhu things."
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's awesome. All right, so let's move on to number 19. So my number 19 is Paladins of the West Kingdom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're almost on a crossover.
Yep, almost. But I guess I like it a little bit more than them too. So I really enjoy Paladins of the West Kingdom. I do like that, you have like the one side of the board that's kind of like what you're managing like on your own, and then you have the other side of the board, which Nate was saying in the other video that, it's kind of like your field workers. You go out there, you put them out. But yeah, the game just really, it really called to me. I don't know why, but I just really enjoyed it.
There's so many paths of victory.
Yeah.
So many things you can do. Like, every game I've played, I try to focus on doing something else.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what I like a lot about the game, too, is that, it always has me thinking, okay, well, next game that I play, what should I focus on next? Should I try something else? Should I try the same thing that I did this game? That way I can see if that's something that works for me, and so on and so forth. But
and
it leaves me wanting to play
and it all depends on the cards you get first too, because that could really lead you to a different path. So it's almost like a open sandbox, but they give you guides to where you can focus your attention to, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, my number 19 is Arcadia Quest by Simon Games, Thiago Gomuri and Eric Lang, all co-designed it. We have 34 plays of the game. I kind of cheated a little bit because I counted the original Arcadia Quest, then Inferno, and I think that was it. But between those two, we played it 34 times. It's a lot of fun. You play as 3 heroes, and or 3 people in a guild, and you fight other people's guilds, and it's a PvP, PvE, arena-style battle game. But also it's a mini campaign where it's 6 missions usually, and you just upgrade your gear. What I love is upgrading the gear. The game is honestly only meant to be played as a campaign. If you play Assault one shot, it's not as fun. It's just, I know one shots is not as fun.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Number 19?
Yes, please.
My number 19 is Bloodborne.
Oh,
the board game.
Oh, that one just came out.
It's a 2021 title by Simon Games, designed by Eric Lang and Michael Chanel. Literally got it, a couple weeks ago?
Not even last week.
Last week. Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Irrelevant.
It's wibbly wobbly. He got the entire all-in everything Kickstarter version, and it's a campaign co-op game, dungeon crawl, adventure. I've never played the video game until a couple days ago, and the game is just a lot of fun. You got your hero that you're playing with, and your weapons, and you're building up your deck or upgrading your deck. Actually,
upgrading, yep.
because you're only allowed to keep 12 cards, and it's just. So far, I've just had a lot of fun, and we've only played it 4 times.
Yeah, what's nice about the game is it's very clean. The rule book is fantastic. You read the rule book, you're like, okay, I can play this game.
The rule book, I want to interrupt you. The rule book is one of the best rule books I've read.
From CMON.
It's very clear and crisp and well done.
Yep. The game is just solid. There's not much to say besides it's really good and.
We got to play test it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, sure, too.
One little round, but hey.
Yeah.
We still got to play
we played a full
game.
game.
No, I know. I'm saying one little round of play
Got
testing, not like.
Oh, yeah, over and over. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good choice. I really like it. Okay.
Okay, so moving on to number 18. Mine is Terraforming Mars.
No shocker.
Yeah, that's definitely not a shocker. If you know me, you know I love Terraforming Mars. That's definitely one of my favorite and probably one of my most played games, I would think. It has to be somewhere in the 30s. But when we first got that game, it was that one, Great Western Trails, and Scythe.
Yeah,
those 3 games.
2016 was a great year.
Yeah, and then we got Tyrants. But those were constantly in rotation. So Terraforming Mars is definitely one of my favorites. I love, I don't know, I like the long game in that. And seeing how you can terraform Mars. Throughout the game and stuff like that, and the whole because it's not deck building, it's what would you say?
Tableau building.
Tableau building, yeah, tableau building. And I
Yeah.
love that there's a card in there that looks like our little girl Luna.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, and I think all of us are pretty much big fans of Tableau engine builders, deck builders.
Yeah.
You know, we start from nothing,
That
you rags to
whole building.
riches. Yeah,
Yep,
I like the rags to
exactly.
riches kind of story. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
We're still working on that in real life.
Okay, so my number 18 is Inish. So, Inish is by Madigo Games by Christian Martinez. It came out in 2016, like I said. 2016 was a great year for us. We really enjoyed all the games. And that's when we really got into the hobby as well. Like, we got into it a little bit like 2015 after I got out of the Navy. Played a little bit, dabbled a little bit, but then we met up a group in the end of 2015, and then now we have so many games, so many plays, so many experiences. It's been awesome. So, Inish, I played it 21 times. I enjoy it. So it's part of that Madigo, I forget what it's called now, like Legacy line or something, and pretty much it's the Kemet, Cyclades, and Inish. And Inish is my favorite out of all of them. I like it as a 2-player a lot. It's card drafting. So, but in a 2-player, you do a double draft, so you don't know what 2 cards that someone else has. So it makes it a really interesting game. And I feel like it's better than Blood Rage because there's only like 14 cards in the game, and you know what all the cards do. Blood Rage, there's so many cards, and you don't know what they do. It's very simple. It's fun, and the way to win is very unique. It's like you own 6. You're on top of 6 territories. You own 6 villages, or what's the last one?
Yeah, something with the citadels, maybe.
Yeah, something with Citadels. It's just a great game.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm looking to see. I think Inish was one of the. We met in March and played it in June. Was the first time I played it. I think that was one of the heavier, more aggressive games.
Oh,
that
it's
y'all
definitely
played
aggressive.
with. Yeah, and they knew I didn't really like aggressive, but he wanted to show it to me, and I like the look of it because it's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
I mean, as aggressive as it was, I really enjoyed playing that game. I would like to get the ticket again soon.
Yeah, same here. Inish.
Okay, and then what's your number 18, Jerome?
Number 18. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
love
new
it.
box?
No,
That-
the new box. I really like the new box. That's right.
My number
Sure, it's still
18
somewhere.
is Paladins of the West Kingdom.
No
Ooh,
way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That worked out nicely.
Yeah.
2019 Griffin Hill Games, Shem Phillips, S.J. McDonald. I like worker placement, and I love that we have our personal boards, and that it's split in half, and one half does one thing, one half does another thing.
Makes it easy to explain too.
I like the. Is it card drafting? No. How you get the cards and
Yeah, it's like a tableau. It's an engine builder or something. Yeah.
It's
just different.
How they've set it up. The game is a table hog.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it takes up a lot of room,
Small box.
but it's barely fittable. It's beautiful on the table, and everything that you're doing in the game just it appealed to me so much. I
agree.
really did enjoy playing that game.
Yeah. Cool beans. Alright, so we're moving on to number 17.
Wait,
My
hold
num-
on. Is that our first 3-way crossover?
I think it is.
Yeah.
My mind went somewhere
Sounded a
else.
little weird, yeah. I think Jerome and I were both like,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say it was. Alright, so my number 17 is Blackout Hong Kong, a
Oh.
Fister game. Fister, I think, is another one of our favorites in this household,
Yeah.
I would say. So I mean, we already talked about it earlier, so I won't say too much about it. But yeah, that's a good one. If you haven't checked it out, definitely
Yeah,
check
Fister
that
may
one
be
out.
my favorite. Okay. Number 17 for me is Aeon's End. Now, I know Gabby doesn't like that one too much, but
I'm
so
just gonna
Aeon-
exit out of the video now.
that's fine. Aeon's End is from Indie Board and Cards.
Number
Ah.
17 is Aeon's End.
Hell yeah, see? So
Oh,
it's
nice.
by Indie Board and Cards. Kevin Riley. Came out in 2016. I played it 21 times. But that's a combination of the Legacy game that we played. I played the original a couple times, and I played my copy a couple times too.
I played War Eternal first a couple games,
Yeah.
and then we went through the Legacy, and
game is good. Every single game is a stand-up moment where all of us are standing up and like, oh man, can we do it? Can we do it? You know, and bounce off each other, and we do what's optimal. You know, like, all right, you know what? It'd be better if you go, and it's a lot of fun.
I love innovative stuff, and being that it's a deck builder, but you don't shuffle your cards.
Yeah.
You literally play them and put them directly into the discard pile, and how you discard everything, and then when you need more cards, you literally just flip it over and pull from the top. So you got that strategic
planning how you discard it.
You have to have your tactics down on how you want to discard and play. And then when you have buy new cards from the market, you also place them face up on your discard pile. So you also have to plan on how you're going to discard those.
Yeah.
And it's just that was very innovative when I played that.
And I love how sometimes with a spell, so you play as mages fighting like this big monster, you know, Cthulhu-esque thing, and you have like usually you have 3 spots to plan your spells. And sometimes those spells give you abilities while they're on there. So you have to decide, do I want to spend that to attack? Do you have a chance of losing it? Or do you want that benefit? So it is a lot of creativity to it.
And the way you fight the monster, there's a little bit of story on the cards and stuff like that. And then these events happen and can give you more story.
What do you think of the Legacy game?
Legacy was pretty awesome. That was my first Legacy game, and the way they did it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
This is odd also with Aeon's End Legacy. That may be your first intro to the game because you start off as a basic mage and then you get to an awesome mage. So it teaches you rules slowly into it. So that's probably the best way to learn the game.
I agree.
It's fantastic. Okay, Gabby, you're up.
All right. So number 16 is The Godfather. I can't really do it, but yeah, The Godfather.
Off for the count of 2.
There you go. So yes, that's actually one of the cards in the game. It's a really fun game by Eric Lang. Obviously, it's based off of the movie The Godfather. So if you're into like that whole Italian mafia mobster, type thing up in New York, it's a fun game. And it's a really great game also to introduce to new gamers because it's a theme that everybody knows. That was one of the ways that Nate actually got me into games when we first started dating, was he chose games where I knew the themes. So like we played Legendary. That was like one of the first games we played because I was familiar with Marvel and I loved Marvel and superheroes and all that stuff. So when Godfather came out, I think it definitely hits a nostalgic button on me. So when I was really excited to get this game and play it.
Yeah, I think for me, I think the game feels more of a Mafia game than a Godfather game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is fair.
Yeah, it's just Godfather theme.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, mine is Broom Service by Ravensburger, another Alexander Pfister game. It came out in 2015, and I have 8 plays of it. But Broom Service, I love it because it's funny and it's awesome to see the range of Alexander Pfister. You know, he goes from Oh My Goods to Maracaibo to,
Great Western
Trails.
Black Eye Hong Kong.
Yep, and he just had this awesome range. And Broom Service, what I love about it is just hilarious. Every time we play that game, we're always laughing. We're always, throw our hands up. It's like Kiki's Delivery Service where you play as witches and you pick up and deliver potions. So
why haven't we played this?
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Because you know why? Because my friend borrowed it for like 4 or 5 months or 6 months or a year.
I think it was like a year.
It was like a year.
Okay.
Yeah, but so
I'm the brave weather fairy.
You stole it. No, I want to say it. So it's funny, we got like grown ass men. We're like, I'm the brave weather fairy, and it's just fun to just hear and laugh, and it's a good game.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep. Go ahead.
Number 16?
Correct.
Legendary Marvel.
Wow. How does that work out?
That's crazy. I just mentioned that game.
2012. I have 25 plus plays. I say plus because I played it long before I started recording. Yeah. It's by Upper Deck Entertainment and is designed by Devin Lowe. It was my intro into a more modern game. Not my intro because Munchkin and stuff like that, but is more modern than some of the other stuff I played.
I agree.
It was definitely my first deck builder, and that's what got me to really like deck builders. I'm a huge comic book nerd, so being able to take over and play these shield guys and recruit new heroes and battle with my buddies to defeat the villains and stop their master's plans. I love that game.
Yeah.
Even to this day, and I know we had this talk about, is it a nostalgia factor or do you enjoy it? I still enjoy playing that game.
Yeah, it was funny because that was our first deck builder. And like he said, that was our first step into modern gaming as well, pretty much. And we thought it was so odd. We read the rules like, you buy a card and you throw it away? That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Why would you buy it to throw it away? That makes no sense. You want to use it right away. So we actually, as soon as we read that, we were like, oh, we'll just put this game off to the side. And then eventually we picked it up. We even brought it to our honeymoon. And
we played it on our honeymoon.
To 4 a.m. in the morning. So.
It's a great honeymoon.
Yeah.
We have priorities. All right, that was your...
Number 16.
Go ahead.
Yep. All right, number 15 is Council 4.
Not shocked there.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Council 4 is a good one. That one is from Simon Games.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So Simon Games, there was an older version, and then Simon remade it, and it looks way better.
Okay, so I like that version. Yep. I guess it's prettier. But yeah, that one's a really good one. I like kind of like the daisy chain effect that it has. Yep. So once you start going places and you leave your mark there, and if they're connected, you go and you get this reward, and then because you were linked to the other one, then you get that reward, and because that one's linked to another one, you get that reward. So it's a very rewarding system, and I think
that's what I like about it. You just get reward.
Yeah.
When I first heard about this game was Greg Dixon had a podcast with his wife Stephanie. Called Hooked on Geek, and they just talked about the older version all the time, like, oh, it's amazing. And I'm like, oh, I gotta try it. And then Simon came out with it. I was like, all right, this is the time for me to jump in, because, I'm, I guess, a board game snob or something, because I didn't want, like those little meeples. This one came with miniatures. I was like, hell yeah. So, Council 4, great choice.
Board game snob? I don't know about that.
I'm just saying. Okay. All right, my number 15 is Spirit Island. Fabled Nexus is the publisher, Eric Roos, and it came out in 2017, and I have 7 plays of that game. That game is awesome. Asymmetrical powers is a co-op. If you have someone having issues with quarterbacking, they can't quarterback in this game, because you're just taking care of your own little island, pretty much. So basically, the theme is you play as spirits of an island, and you are getting rid of the invaders. So it's a lot of fun. People call it reverse Catan, but let me tell you, it's not Catan at all. So go ahead. Are you changing your list now?
No. I've got it written as a different publisher, so that's the reason.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's right here. Fable Nexus.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
My number 15 is Marvel Champions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Published in 2019.
It's a little low, but
I have 11 plays.
I mean, it didn't even make it online.
Champions?
Huh?
Only 11 plays in there. Champions?
No. What? No, I've got 33 plays. Why did I say 11? It says 11 right there.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not right. We play 11 in one day.
Yeah. 33 plays. Fantasy Flight Games, designed by Michael Boggs. For a while, it was Marvel Champions and Legendary Marvel. I love Legendary Marvel because I love deck builders. Champions is not a deck builder. So it didn't beat out Legendary, but with the release of that Red Skull and just how fun... The Red Skull, Rise of the Red Skull is an expansion that came along with it. Just the us going through that campaign was just fun as hell.
So that expansion, it elevated the game for you.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah. It's a
deck construction
game. Thank you. You pre-make your deck before you go in, but unlike Legendary, where you're recruiting heroes to be on your team to build up your deck, in Champions you're actually playing a hero. I love playing as Captain Marvel or as She-Hulk.
Awesome.
And then you have these different aspects, whether it be protection or aggression or justice, that you can put into your deck to build it up to do a certain type of thing. And I love that aspect of building up that deck and fighting these villains again.
Yeah, what I like about it over Legendary is that you play as that one hero. You are fighting that one villain. It brings, I think it's more thematic for me. And I love that game. It's we'll probably talk about it more later. So
Maybe.
probably.
Who knows?
Okay, so my number 14 is Abyss.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we
Nice.
did talk about Abyss in our 30 through 21 video, which again is linked down below if you haven't seen it. But yeah, that one is a great game. It's beautiful. I love it. I have to say though, we almost never play with the red cards just because, I mean, we don't really like to be aggressive that much, and that one definitely presents a different element, and we just never really played it that way. But we did recently introduce it back into the game, and we have been playing it with it recently.
Yeah, when we first got it, we took those out. We were like,
Yeah, but that's a really good game. You know, you go out, you can go and either search the depths, or you can request support from the council, or you can recruit a lord. And the first person to recruit 7 lords is going to trigger the end game. And I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. It's a really pretty game. It's
simple, yeah.
Simple. But with depth.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
All right, my number 14 is Australia. And that's Australia with a Z. And it's by Schmill Games. Also, Stronghold brought it to the U.S., but I got it on Kickstarter. Martin Wallace, our boy, came out in 2018 and has 7 plays. We play as a cooperative game. It's a lot of fun because you are working together. So the story is, so basically on the first game, it was called A Studying Emerald, and basically these Cthulhu characters are, taking over, or they already took over, and we're investigators trying to escape their reign, right? And then this game is that we won that battle, and the Cthulhu monsters go to Australia to hide, but we don't know that. So we start exploring the lands, and then we discover Cthulhu monsters. So it's a fun game. It's a train game in a way, managing resources. Yeah.
I can see a train game. Yeah.
Yeah, you run your tracks, and then you have to fight the monsters, and then we have to. It's just a lot of fun.
That's another game on my want to play list.
Yeah. You liked it. Yeah.
I want to play a lot. I mean,
I would not. For me, I would not play that. I would play that game only 1 through 3. When you play 4 players, it feels like a 5-player game because Cthulhu takes a turn as well, and it just feels super long.
Yeah,
that's my only complaint about the game.
Yeah, that one made an honorable mention.
I did it. Good.
Number 14 is Alter Quest.
Really?
Yeah,
that's shocking.
Yeah, I have enjoyed playing that game a lot. I think it probably is a Cult of the New.
Yeah. Do you like it better than Bloodborne?
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Yeah. Because it's that dungeon crawl. I don't.
One day we'll play that game correctly. Alter Quest. It's a good game. It's just the rulebook is a little messy.
The rulebook is a mess. Yes.
Yeah.
I like that modular deck. How you can change out what villain you're playing, and then what minions they're using, and then you change up your heroes. I really enjoyed playing the game.
But so I'm wondering if Chalice Dungeon will change your mind, because it's pretty much the same thing.
What?
The Chalice Dungeon in Bloodborne.
That's
pretty much an MDS system.
Okay, is it?
Because you choose the monsters you fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry. It was developed in 2020 by Blacklist Games. Again, the Sadler brothers, Brady and Adam. I enjoy the game. I don't.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah,
I like it. It's just different. Okay.
And alright, so let's move on to number 13. My number 13 is Raccoon Tycoon. I know my husband loves this game.
I don't mind it. It's just, we play it a lot.
Not enough, actually. Story time for another time. But yeah, Raccoon Tycoon, I freaking love that game. I love the whole auction bidding thing, and being able to get the resources and it's a great economy game to even teach your kids, how stocks go up and supply and demand and all that stuff. So it's a really fun game. I really enjoy it. It's honestly just fun.
Yeah, we should have got Liz Wizard.
But it can get competitive.
Yeah, she's over here counting. So it's a bidding game, so we're bidding.
No, this one. Hold on. Okay, go explain it. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
No, Like, we'll bid. I'm like, oh, $80. She's like, oh, $100. I'm like, where are you getting all this money from?
So what he started to do was he would whip out his calculator on his iPhone and then just started keeping track of the money that I get each round. That way he knows how much money I have, because he's like, there's no way you have that much money. But honestly, I don't know. That game, I always somehow get a lot of money in the game.
Great Western Trail, she's the cattle queen. Fucking Raccoon Tycoon, she's the train baron. She so much damn money.
Yeah.
She's outbidding both of us.
Yeah. Okay, so my number 13 is Bloodborne, the board game, by Simon Games. It came out 2020. Eric M. Lang, Michael Chanel, and we have like 4 plays. I really love that game.
Ultra Quest?
No, not
I'm
Ultra
surprised.
Quest. Are you though? No. Ultra Quest is fine. It's just Bloodborne's better.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Fine. So Bloodborne, it's awesome. So if you just get the core set, it comes with 4 scenarios, and each of those scenarios have 3 chapters. At least that's what I'm guessing. I know the first one does. The other ones may have different, but in each scenario that we've done so far is about 2 hours each. So there's a lot of gameplay just in the core set, and it's really thematic. It's pretty true to the video game, and what I like about what they did is that they made a good board game first, and then put the theme into it, or integrated it well. I played Dark Souls by Steamforged. I did not enjoy that game at all. It was very grindy, and I was hoping and praying that this one wasn't as grindy. But it was awesome. Loved it. Yeah. Okay.
My number 13 is Mansions of Madness,
Nice.
2nd edition. 2016 game by Fantasy Flight Games and Nikki Valens. Back to the Cthulhu mythos. I just love that theme. I really do. And like he mentioned earlier, it's app driven. Like I mentioned earlier, the board and setup is different than like Arkham Horror, the board game. I can't keep talking about Arkham Horror as much, because you just repeat the same stuff. It's a great game. It's really well done. I love that investigator noir feel that comes with it.
Yeah.
I do like that from my experience, I haven't played but a few of the campaign missions. The monsters come out pretty quick compared to what I've played in Arkham Horror, the board game.
Yeah.
And you're having to stay on your toes, and I like that the app brings in the story, and I like it.
Yeah. No fights. Good.
All right, my number 12 is Scythe.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know I mentioned this earlier. This is definitely one of our most
Trio.
played games. It's part of the trio, which then became quadruple because one Tyrants joined the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But this game, Terraforming Mars, Great Western Trails, they were all in rotation on our table for like almost the whole entire 2016.
Yeah, pretty frequently.
Yeah. I think the quickest game we played of Scythe was that 30-minute game with Chris.
Yeah.
That was like, it was like speed chess. It was like speed Scythe. Like, seriously, I don't even know how we played. Like, it was like, literally, we were just going, and we played the whole game in 30 minutes. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, Scythe is just another great one. I love the mechanics to it. Nate's paint job, because he paints minis as well, like, just really brought that game to life, especially when we were new to gaming.
Yeah.
I think that just really changed the board game experience in general for us, and it's really hard to play non-painted games these days.
It's a lot of work for me.
I'm spoiled by it.
Yeah, and it's funny because our original Scythe miniatures, I've sold them. Painted, and then I bought another set because you can buy them. I think from their store, the new minis. Because the ones I had was the older ones, the first ones, so they weren't as detailed. And then I bought the second ones, painted those up. So yeah, it was a good time. Okay, my number 12 is probably another triple. Is Blackout Hong Kong. Jägerspiel 2018. Alexander Pfister played it 11 times. I mean, we talked about it enough, so
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna mention, I'm really sad I forgot to put both Mansions of Madness and Great Western Trail in my top 30.
And valid, start over.
I know.
New video.
I know.
Cut.
So upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, those would definitely be in here somewhere if I had them.
My number 12 is Imperial Settlers, Empires of the North.
Surprised not higher.
I know, I'm surprised not higher too.
It is a 2019 game by Portal Games. Joanna Kijanka and
Ignacy is the big one. Trevisek.
Ignacy Trevisek. Yeah, I wasn't even going to attempt it. I was going to butcher
Yeah.
it. It's an engine builder.
Yeah, definitely.
It comes off that game Imperial Settlers. I've never played it, so I don't know what that's
Me
like.
neither.
Yeah.
But I like that you have different clans. I like that each clan in the game that you play has a different rating of difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
The other day, I played one of the Japanese clans, the Kaikora and Saikora, and they have this neat ability where if someone's taking some resources from you or you're taking resources from them, you can basically dictate because they're the kings of negotiation. And I was just taking all kinds of resources from Nate, and it was fun. It's not too aggressive. I really do enjoy the gameplay in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's nice is, so I know the difference in this one is that this game comes with pre-constructed decks. So when you buy the core set, you actually get, 6?
I think 4.
It's only 4?
Pretty sure.
Oh, it's 6.
It could be 6.
Yeah, I think it's 6.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 6. Yep, it's 6. Yeah, because there's 3 different clans,
Yeah.
2 of them each have.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you get pre-constructed 6x. With that, the value is amazing in that game. It's a lot of fun. I played it a bunch. We'll talk about it later for
It's
sure.
such a cute game. Yeah, we'll talk
Good.
about it more.
We'll talk about it
It's higher up in my list.
because you know.
Alright, and last one for this video is going to be number 11. Mine is Res Arcana.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I really love that game. I don't even know how you found that game. You just brought it home one time, I think.
I did research.
You did? Yeah?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. I don't know.
I thought it was given to him for his birthday.
Oh, wasn't it? It might have been. I don't know.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay.
Anyways,
Okay,
I do
cool.
really enjoy that game. I like the whole little arcane feel that it has for the game. It's, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, what's cool is it's
I blanked out.
yeah, it's like a card drafting game, but also an engine builder. But what's the neat part or the cool part about it is that it's only 8 cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 2 decisions. You can either discard that card for money or play it. And sometimes you don't want to play the card because you may need it for resources later.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very creative how they did it. I really like it. It's a good game. It's a solid game.
It's a
Very,
good,
very smart game.
yeah.
Okay. My number 11 is Underwater Cities. So this replaced completely Terraforming Mars for me.
Yeah, it did.
I know that's not really... I mean...
It's not what I want to hear.
Yeah. But it completely did. Because the way that they did it was such a genius way. They stacked the cards. So in Terraforming Mars, you just smash cards together and hope for the best. Some cards are better for the end game, some better for early game. But you never know because it's random. Underwater Cities, they have stacks into 3 different stacks. You know, one is for the first part of the game, second, middle, obviously, and then the third is the end. And the end, you know, they have all the game point, end of game points. Mm-hmm. Middle was kind of a little bit of a mix of both, and one is to start your engine. Mm-hmm. So I really love that game. I thought it was genius by Vladimir Suchi. And that's one game I'd also recommend getting the expansion right away because it adds player boards. I would just buy it just for player boards alone.
Yeah.
But also add some cool modules. I love the museum module.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I would never play without that one. So.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Love that game. It's higher up on my list.
Oh.
Spoiler!
Spoilers.
Wow, Gabby. Go ahead.
I wanted to put that game on my list, but I've only played it once. And
okay.
it just...
And the one time that we played with him,
We almost had a heart
we
attack.
all almost
Yeah.
had heart attacks that game. It was literally, we don't even know why, it was like the most intense game ever played.
And
like all of us at the end, we were like,
I'm pretty
Are you
thick, but
okay?
you can see my pulse just going out of my damn neck. Because,
That's funny.
it's a good game.
It's a great game. Love that.
My number 11 is Heart of Crown.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, 2011 by Japanime Games, designed by Gin Kuga. It's a deck builder. Basically, it's a competitive game.
It's like Dominion style too.
Yeah. You're basically playing a politician trying to back a princess to become the next in line for the crown. You got your, like you said, Dominion. You got your market that you have stagnant cards and you just purchase from. And I love deck builders. I love the art in this game because I'm a huge anime fan.
Mm-hmm.
I like the theme of buying politicians to try and help back the princess and get her.
Yep.
And just,
It's a good game. Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, what I like about that game is the reason I said Dominion style esque, where they have the stagnant deck. It also has a card in the middle where where it's random. So it's always different. What's nice about that is like it keeps it. Everyone loves the Dominion style because you can really build your deck the way you want instead of a random style like Ascension. But this has a mix of both, which really creates fun games.
Yeah, I like that game.
Coming from an Ascension style with Marvel Legendary, you know, it really is random. But with that Dominion style, I can take my time, read the cards that are on table, and with
Yeah, that's the same with Dominion.
With Heart of Crown, if you draw a card and it's a card that's already on the table, you just stack it on top of the card that's there and draw another card. So you have more of an opportunity to read and build up your deck instead of, you know, you're having 3 cards taking up spaces.
That are all the same.
Yeah, I really glad they did that.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Okay. All right, so there you have it. There's our numbers 20 down to 11 of our top 30 games. If you haven't seen numbers 30 through 21 yet, make sure to check out our video. The link is going to be in the description bar below. And in 2 weeks from now, we'll go ahead and release our numbers 10 through 1 of our top 30 games. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And again, if you guys want to give us a follow or anything, our social medias will be linked down below in the description bar as well. And I don't know if you guys have any closing comments that you'd like to add.
No.
I mean, like always, you know, write or let us know what games you like from our list. You know, who you agree with. Any of those.
Whose list you like the most.
Pretty much. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Peace.
Bye.